Hola. Muy buena gente, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estáis? Bienvenidos Ay. A este maravilloso directo. Que espero que no dé... Estamos bien. Que esperemos que no den muchos problemas, porque me ha costado un poquito capturar el juego. Recemos para que esto no dé problemas. Pues bueno, lo dejamos justo cuando secuestraron a Shion en el episodio anterior. Y tenemos que reunirnos con... o buscar a nuestros compitruenos. Por algún motivo no puedo saltar. Ni correr.
Niori. Shion.
Bueno, pues empezamos bien. Una batalla yo solo va a estar complicado, ¿eh? No, tampoco es tan difícil, ¿eh? Oye, y esta mierda... Ah, bueno, iba a decir, esta mierda de ataques que no tengo la espada, es verdad. Bueno. Lo mismo me revientan, ¿eh? Ya ves tú que es fácil el puto combate, pero mira. No hay manera de desestabilizar a los enemigos al parecer. ¿Cuánto estás haciendo la técnica? No me deja hacer el especial, ¿por qué? Me siento estafado. Pero voy a curarme que lo mismo me revientan, la tontería. A la tontería me van a matar, ¿eh? Y vuelvo a repetir, mira que es fácil el combate, ¿eh? Que son como súper lentos, muy previsibles. Esa me ha dado un poco de gratis, ¿eh? Eso me había dado un poquito de gratis, ¿eh? Uy, la ciática.
Normally you'd be able to take that thing with your eyes closed.
Thank goodness you're alive. Are you all right?
Yeah.
I'm just glad we found you in one piece. You were the only one still missing.
O sea, ya estáis
There's
todos.
a village back the way we came from. Thistleim. Kisara and La are already there.
Rinwell, where are we?
Ganith Harros, Volron's realm. Remember?
Ushered by the waves straight to the enemy stronghold. A rare stroke of luck, it would seem.
Luck?
If Volron's here, that means Shion's close too, right?
Shion? Oh. Right. Of course.
Maravilloso.
Are you sure you're feeling okay? You seem a little off.
He's probably just exhausted. Let's save the catching up for when we're back at the village.
Bueno, hasta donde yo recuerdo, el señor ya sentía dolor. Por tanto, imagino que eso que está sintiendo es dolor. Nos llevamos defensa elemental, bueno. Bueno.
We won.
Ahora que somos podemos comprar... perdón. Iba a decir curarnos, no podemos curarnos todavía. Porque esta señora... Ah, el otro sí que curaba, ¿verdad? Coño, sí que cura. No me acordaba de que el otro era un healer. Bueno, hacemos un grupo de 3 que podemos reventar sin mucha... Bueno, lo mismo he hablado demasiado pronto. No, es que claro, no tengo la espada mortal. O sea, no tengo la espada legendaria para hacer el especial. No sé, yo esperaba que le iba a dar un golpe.
Let's refrain from losing.
No sé por qué no podemos correr. Los tomatoes. Ni correr ni saltar.
Speaking of Thistleim, it's populated by Danins.
Acaba de salir el
but they're not
búho.
under the rule of any lord. Pretty refreshing, huh? The whole town was built by Danin defectors, escapees from elsewhere. This area's teeming with stray Zoogles, though, so heaven only knows how they managed to set up a community here. The ordeal seems to have left them understandably on edge. Kisara and La are back there right now trying to convince them of our good intentions. Say, Alphen, it looks like you got your face back then.
Yeah.
And your sense of pain, too, it would seem. Any connection?
Un poquito sí.
Really? Oh, but that means...
Probably.
I wonder if Alphen's going to be okay.
For now, I believe we should hold off on
Yeah, ¿dónde está?
speculation and simply keep an eye on him.
Right.
¿Para qué me da parche de la mierda? Si yo lo único que quiero, por el amor de Dios, es la puta nariz de payaso. Si solo pido eso, la nariz de payaso. ¿Cuánto daño ha hecho Tales of Exilia?
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
Alphen! Boy, am I glad to see you safe.
Well, did you manage to convince them we're not in league with any lord?
Yeah, eventually.
When the ship sank, I thought we were done for. Guess the world just couldn't keep us apart.
Yeah, and now we can finally go rescue Shion.
There's something I need to tell you guys first.
Qué poca epicidad le da las gafas al pobre Alphen.
I got my memory back.
Esto va para largo, ¿no? Esto va para muy largo.
So, what did you remember? Are you able to tell us now?
Give the man some space, Law.
I remember being up on Lenegus.
Go on.
I was abducted from Dana. I was told if I ever wanted to return home, I'd have to cooperate. So that's what I did. Next thing I knew, they had made me into the Sovereign.
You mean to say you won the crown contest? As a Danon?
No. They kept me locked in a strange facility. They experimented on me, like I was nothing more than an animal. There were others, but only I survived. Of course, I wasn't really a king. The reality was that they treated me worse even than the lowest slave. The only reason I survived was because my body was able to withstand the Sovereign's power that they placed inside me.
The crest that appeared behind you on Almadria's ship must have undoubtedly been that of the Sovereign. It all makes sense now. Your affinity with the Blazing Sword, the strange powers you possess, they were all because you were the Sovereign.
Okay, but why would the Renans go out of their way to give you all that power? Just what exactly does being the Sovereign entail?
They said it was for something called the Spirit Channeling Ceremony. They taught me how to harness my power for when the big day came. As for what the ceremony was actually for, unfortunately, I never found out.
So if what you're saying about being on Lenegis is true, then maybe you really did meet Shion. After all, you said you recognized her from somewhere, right?
But Shion said she'd never seen him before. How do you explain that?
I was wrong. It wasn't Shion I knew from Lenegis. It was Naori. She was a Renin maiden they paired me with during the spirit channeling ceremony. She's the woman I kept seeing in my dreams.
A maiden? What?
Wait, so this Naori figure just happens to be the double of Shion? Bit coincidental, isn't it?
Naori's family name was Imeris.
Era la hermana.
Imeris? As in Shion Imeris?
So they're distant relatives or
Tonto.
something?
Tonto es de
Wait,
verdad.
or are they sisters?
Your guess is as good as mine. All I know is it was Naori. She's the one who put the mask on me.
The mask? But why?
To keep my soul from devouring itself over the guilt. After what I did on Lenegis. Over the lives I took.
Lives? You mean you staged a rebellion?
Es muy tonto Lau,
Perhaps it was a part of this spirit channeling ceremony?
I don't know. Whatever it was that the spirit channeling ceremony was supposed to achieve, it didn't turn out as planned. I lost consciousness halfway through. By the time I came to, Lenegis was a sea of flames. I opened my eyes to see Naori there, weeping. I shudder to think of how many deaths I caused that day. Certainly more than any of these lords can claim, I'm sure.
You really expect us to believe this? First the Sovereign, then Lenegis? You couldn't possibly have done all that.
I wonder. In ancient scripture, there is tell of a terrible calamity that befell Lenegis, nearly destroying it. The restoration took years, and required the work of countless laborers.
By ancient, you mean...
It predates the crown contest, to a time before even the first Renin invasion of Dana. More than 300 years ago.
300? But that'd make Alphen...
That's right. I'm pretty much an antique of a human being. Deep down, maybe I already knew.
Alphen...
Some hero, huh? Cooperating with the same villains who snatched me from my home, committing mass slaughter, only for it to slip my mind. Then, when I finally remember, turns out I'm so old I've got scripture written about me. So much for standing up to injustice. I've probably got more blood on my hands than all the lords combined!
Alphen, stop! Honestly, I'm not going to pretend to understand what all this means. But what I do know is that right now, you're just reacting to the shock.
Kisara.
Listen, what you really need is time. Time to process things and get your head straight. Truth be told, I think that probably goes for all of us.
What about Shion? We can't just...
I'm worried about Shion too, Law. But it's clear that Alphen's in no fit state to fight. This is Volron, remember? Even at full capacity, it's practically a suicide mission. We stay put in the village till we're ready. Okay, everyone? Take some time to think things through, okay? But remember, we're all here for you if you need us. No matter how dark things might seem, you're not alone, Alphen.
Thank you.
It's fine. All right, everyone. Let's break for now.
Tu grupo se ha desintegrado.
Do I even have the right to fight? Do I have the right to go to Shion's rescue? What do the others think?
A ver, dos cosillas. La primera, ¿va a ser el padre de Shion? ¿Os imagináis que es su padre o su abuelo o algo así? Y no pueden perpetuar el coito consentido. Tislin Tlim. Maravilloso. Vale, da problemas, ¿eh? ¿Por qué da problemas hoy el juego? No lo entiendo. Bueno, vamos a pegar un vistacillo. Por aquí había un búho. Y a ver, la zona es grande. Pero se puede investigar. Que mal me cae el lado este. Voy a hablar con él para quitármelo de encima.
Alphen, are we gonna go rescue Shion or what? What's gotten into you, man? Aren't you worried about her?
Do I even have any right to be?
If you were in my place, you'd say, to hell with all that. What do you want to do?
Sounds like me. Pretending I have all the answers is kind of my forte.
Come on, man. Snap out of it. This isn't like you. Look, I get it. You finally remember your past, only to feel like you've lost yourself again. You're in shock, and who wouldn't be? Worse still, you blame yourself for what happened. And yeah, I don't agree. But that doesn't mean I don't understand either. But here's the thing. None of that's got anything to do with Shion.
I guess.
It's about Naori, isn't it? Look, you're still here, aren't you? Who's to say this chick isn't alive and kicking out there somewhere too?
No sé, ¿se la ha llevado un tío que nos ha reventado la cabeza?
The thing is, though, where does this leave Shion?
My power consumed me once already. I left behind a path of fire.
Hola John, buenos días. ¿Qué tal, compañero?
The same thing could happen again. I can't guarantee anyone's safety, including Shion's.
So you think we might get burned up because of your sovereign powers? I can think of worse ways to go. Come on, fight this thing! What happened to the guy who talked to me after my dad died? The one who cared enough to reach out and save me? That's the guy I was proud to follow. Not this faltering imposter who's taken his place.
Law.
No, I'm serious. What's gotten into you, man? Just give me the word and I'll beat some sense into you if that's what it takes. Now, I'm gonna ask you this once and only once. Are you serious about rescuing Xion or not? What's it gonna be, Alphen?
What do you think? Of course I want to rescue her. Hell, I'd do it right now if I could.
Está enfadado,
So
¿eh?
then quit griping and do it already!
Se le ven los ojos.
Listen, you're probably right about all this.
Alphen.
It's exactly like you said. Whatever happened in my past has nothing to do with Xion. But there's still so much that There I go again. So much for the inspiring Alphen of old.
He could be a pain sometimes. Besides, even a hero has to let the cracks show once in a while, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just give me a little more time to fill in the cracks. And thanks, Law.
Hey, don't even mention it. You've totally got this, Alphen. I believe in you.
Sí, tengo sueño. Lo que mal me cae el señor este de verdad, ¿eh? ¿Vas a dejar pasar? Sí. Hoy por fin has dormido como Dios manda. Me alegro porque yo no dormí una puta mierda. Dormí fatal. Lo cual no es novedad, quiero decir, tampoco... De hecho me he levantado y me he hecho un colacao en vez de un café. Voy a intentar estar todo el día sin probar la cafeína, a ver qué tal. Ahora puntos de pesca por aquí. Me ha parecido el búho. Coño, un cofre aquí en mitad de la nada. Poción vital. Bienvenida sea. Vamos a hablar con la señorita.
What do you see out there?
Zeugles. Strays by the looks of it. We unwittingly disturbed their territory on our way here, and now they're looking pretty riled up. So, feel like you're making headway? You know, sorting through things?
All I know is Xion needs our help. As for what happens after that...
Say, how did you get back down here from Lenegis, anyway?
I came down in a Renin starship. I have Naori to thank for that.
What happened to her? Did she come with you?
She stayed behind. Just as I wanted to get back to Dana and my people, Naori's place was with her fellow Renins, performing her duties as the Maiden. Neither of us asked for the power or roles we were given. I suppose we felt a kinship with each other in that sense. But even then...
Wait, so you mean it wasn't just Danans like you that Lenegis abducted? You're saying they forced Naori, one of their own, to serve against her will as well?
Even within Renin society itself, there exists a hierarchy. I don't think she was ever given the option to refuse.
Buenas, Acid, ¿qué tal?
Despite that, she did everything she possibly could to serve her people. The very same ones I ended up slaughtering. And even after that, she still helped me escape back to Dana. She stayed behind on Lenegis to help any of her people who survived. I owe her more than words can express. A debt left to fester for what? 300 years? How do I even begin to make up for something like that?
In all honesty, you don't. You can't atone for what's happened in the past. I don't think anyone can. Be it several centuries ago, or just yesterday.
What are you saying? That I might as well give up?
I'm saying you don't have to be a white knight.
A punto de salir de la cama. Me alegro que te acompañemos en semejante hazaña.
It was you who told me that his dream lived on inside me. And you did the same for him, for Dohalim, when he was ready to give up too. You were there for both of us. You know what I heard? I heard you telling me to keep fighting, to strive no matter what.
And I was out of line. I had no right to
Si no
ask
tengo la
that.
Virgen.
No, you're wrong. Those words were exactly what I needed to hear at the time. In fact, I would go as far as to say that I wouldn't even be here had I not heard them. Left to my own devices, who knows when I would have been able to pick myself up. Besides, it's not like killing all those people was a choice that you made of your own free will, right? The truly terrible ones are the people who abducted you. The ones who forced you to wield that power. They're the ones you should be blaming. Not only that, but that guilt you feel inside, that's all the proof you need to know you're a good person, Alphen. Do you understand? If I'm still allowed to fight and keep on living, then damn it, Alphen, so the hell are you. But if you're still not convinced, then ask yourself this. What is it that you've really been fighting for this whole time? Go on, ask yourself.
What I've been fighting for, huh?
Bueno. Me queda la niña tonta. Y el surfero.
You're certainly full of surprises, aren't you?
Trust me, it's
Voy a
not.
quitar la cámara, no se ve bien.
Sorry,
Hoy
that was
vuelve a fallar.
insensitive of me. Though, there's still an awful lot I wish I could understand. Every new piece of information seems only to yield further mysteries. The truth feels just as elusive as when we first started. I am well aware of where you got your powers. But why, as a Danon, do you bear the same crest as the current Renan sovereign? More to the point, why choose a Danon for their sovereign in the first place? And then there is the Maiden, a figure so powerful, she's playing yin to the sovereign's yang in esoteric ceremonies. And yet, I've never even heard of her. Then again, this all occurred 300 years ago. What if the term sovereign doesn't even hold the same meaning as it did back then? Listen, I may be a traitor among my people, but I am still Renan, born and raised. I learned the same history, listened rapt to the same tales. And yet now I feel like there was little truth to any of it.
Speaking of which, there's something else that I remember from the spirit channeling ceremony. It used the Renis Alma.
You're certain?
Yes. Or at least that's what they called it. Only you would know if it was one and the same.
Oh, I have never laid eyes on the real artifact myself. And you never participated in a crown contest. You're not even Renan. Many mysteries lay buried in these 3 centuries past.
3 centuries is more than several lifetimes. Was I really out that long?
Well, I'm only estimating based on historical record. But all the facts would seem to point that way.
Who the hell am I?
If I may be frank, we have even bigger fish to fry than that. By comparison, the far more important question at hand is, just what does it all mean?
Frank, huh?
Sometimes, we need a little help in addressing the truth behind our pain. Not to compete over lives lost, but I suspect your count is still somewhat beneath mine.
Thanks for lending me an ear. And sorry for being a bother.
Please, no thanks are necessary. The quicker you get back on your feet, the sooner we can all get back out there.
Créeme que da una impotencia tremenda el tema de que el directo no vaya bien.
All this time, I thought it was the worrying about Shion and the pain bringing you down. I didn't realize you were lonely too.
I guess all of us are. In one way or another.
Yeah, but you've only just found out. I mean, no, not found out. Remembered.
To tell you the truth, I was actually beginning to forget I'd even lost my memory in the first place. Now that it's returned, well, you can see what I'm like. It's strange. When I think about Lenegis, it still feels like it was only a year or two ago that I was there. But then I realized what feels like years was actually centuries ago.
What about your hometown? Do you know if it's still there?
I doubt it. When the Renans invaded, the world as I knew it changed overnight. Even if the place is still there physically, I expect the people will be long gone. Certainly everyone I knew, at least. My family, my friends.
Yeah, I know how that feels. I have no home to return to either. No family waiting for me. I used to curse my bad luck that I'd ever been born a mage in the first place. Otherwise, if I hadn't, maybe my mother and father would still be alive today. Although if that had been the case, I guess I'd probably still be just another slave with no means to resist. I'd never have met up with you guys, that's for sure.
Have you learned to embrace your powers yet?
Nuh-uh. I resent them a little less than before, though. They've kept me alive this long, right? I try not to think about it too much. After all, who can predict what the future will hold? I guess what I'm trying to say is that with everything that's happened in your past, finding out you're the sovereign and all, it's no wonder you're conflicted.
Nadie está vacilando,
Honestly,
pero vale.
I think anyone would be.
Rinwell.
First it was Xion, then it was me, and now it's you. All of us suffering, just because of some power we never even asked for.
Yeah. All this time you were suffering right in front of me, and I never even knew. I feel like I finally understand what you and Xion were going through.
You couldn't have known. Still, if you want to make it up to her, shouldn't we hurry it up and rescue her already? Poor Xion must be lonely, all by herself wherever she is.
Yeah, you're right. Let's
Creo
go.
que ella es mayor de edad, ¿eh?
Back to the inn, I guess.
De vuelta a la posada. Sé que estoy haciendo muchas veces el gilipollas, pero es que estoy viendo que da tironcillos el juego. O sea, el juego, perdón, el directo. Bueno, si veo que da muchos tirones, quito la cámara y ya está.
Alvin! There you are!
What is it?
Pues si acabamos de hablar.
Sugals, that's what. They're almost at the village gates.
Any closer and they'll be house hunting. I knew we shouldn't have cut through their territory.
That sounds bad.
Can you fight? No shame in bowing out if you're not up for it.
Kisara's right. You don't want to go overdoing it.
I'm fine.
I'm up for it.
Venga,
Really?
venga,
You ready?
venga.
As ready as I'll ever be. It's now or never, right?
Alvin, right. Great to have you back. Now let's do this.
Maravilloso. Ataque elemental más 40. Me importa una mierda. A ver, ¿tú cómo tenías esto? Que era defensa elemental. Pues venga. ¿Qué me pedías aquí? Zona de entrenamiento, que no sé dónde está. Dominio de golpe potente 600. Dominio de patada. Tipos de artefacto conseguidos 8. No sé dónde están los artefactos. Bueno, 900. ¿Te podemos poner algo? ¿Estos son de 1000? No. Vamos a ponerte este.
Look sharp, people. If we don't act fast, they're going to get into the village.
Un segundo, compañera. A ver. No. ¿Dónde estaba lo del...?
Right. We need to hurry.
¿Dónde podía...? No me acuerdo. Manda huevos, ¿eh? Es que quiero dejar fuera al Lau, que es muy inútil. Aquí, vale. Ahora sí. Estemos preparadoides. Vale, por aquí había un búho, así que hay que dar una vueltecilla antes de salir.
Not this way, I guess.
Que no sé si me detectará el búho, ¿no? En mitad de la misión. Aquí dentro habíamos mirado y no estaba. Tiene que estar por aquí. Estos son fáciles, ¿eh?
Remember, if the paint's too much,
We've all got our own pain to deal with. I'm done letting others pick up my slack.
Here they come.
Venga.
We can't let even a single one through.
There's a firm no frugal policy.
Fine by me. Let's get to work then.
lightning condemned.
Bueno, al principio son rápidos y eso no me gusta.
Can't get out of this.
An astro art?
That's my cue.
Shut him down. Its armor's too strong.
Se había quedado bugueado el pobre. No, no vamos bien, ¿eh? No vamos muy bien, ¿eh? Uy, esta es nueva. Mierda de ataque, tío.
It's nothing. I'm alright.
This is looking good. Stay away from my friends.
Kisara ha muerto. ¿No tenemos resurrección? Sí. Vale. Apartaos de ahí, tonto pollas. Bueno, pues ya está.
Alphen, you okay?
I'm fine. This pain thing really hurts, huh?
But hey, at least you're still alive.
It wouldn't be called pain if it was pleasant. It can be pretty useful, though. It's good motivation to improve and get stronger.
Guess I've got a lot of room to improve in that regard.
Anyway, I'm glad we could protect the village, especially after everything they've done for us.
Yeah.
You know, this limb kind of reminds me of home. The people here have hidden themselves away out of the fear of being found, always watching their backs. Though in the end, home was destroyed anyway.
That won't happen here.
Oh? Is that a hint of fighting spirit I sense?
Yeah. I won't lie. Some of these memories will take a while to process. But I've learned something too. My rage, this fury I feel at our so-called rulers. It comes from having so much of myself stripped away from me back then. Friends, family, home. They took everything from me and left me with nothing but guilt. I was completely alone. At least that's what I thought. But not anymore. Since I awakened, I've met people who I care about. Friends who hold me up. Friends who make me feel like I'm worth something. And I won't lose that. Not ever again. I'll protect those bonds with everything I have. That's why I need to keep fighting.
But Xion comes first.
Of course. First we rescue Xion. Then we defeat Volron and liberate Dana.
Es que me siento bastante impotente sin la espada de fuego. No, y se van. Hostia.
Certainly no objections.
Then it's agreed. Our next stop will be the capital, Pelegion. According to the villagers, there's a huge cliff separating Thistleum from the capital. Luckily for us, there's a path we can use to climb up.
Maravilloso.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
Hay que hacer acopio de objetos, que estoy bastante jodido. Objetos curativos, quiero decir.
We don't know what lies ahead. We should prepare well before we venture forth.
Yeah, can't exactly fight at the top of your game
Vale,
when
que
you're hungry.
misiones secundarias ya.
Let's stop by the inn and plan our next move from there.
Míralo. En serio la... Bueno.
Looks like we spotted one of Hoodle's friends.
Ay, las cinemáticas, no me acordaba de ellas.
How is Mahavar doing? Wait. Don't tell me we still haven't found him.
It's not like we haven't been looking. I've covered the whole length and breadth of the coast, but...
All of the other crew members are accounted for, including us. But we weren't able to find Mahavar. He's still missing.
I see.
Perhaps he couldn't bring himself to abandon the ship.
You mean at the bottom of the ocean? Damn it.
We don't know that it sank. We all washed up on the same shore. If the ship went down, isn't it strange we haven't come across a single piece of debris?
Do you think he might still be alive somewhere out there?
I think stranger things have happened. Whether he's alive or otherwise, we've exhausted all the avenues available to us. All we can do now is press on ahead.
Fine. Let's get going.
Sí.
Thistleum was founded by Danan's fleeing the tyranny of Renan lords, right? But when you first came, they must have known Dohalim was Renan. So why do you think they let us in?
They almost didn't. But it wasn't just Dohalim they were wary of. They didn't trust any of us.
Even the weird Danans just like them?
When you live life in constant fear of being pursued, it's only a matter of time before all outsiders start to seem a potential threat.
I suppose that makes sense. So how did you convince them to trust us?
You saw how destitute the village was. They needed food, badly. We hunted some Zeugles for them. That seemed to do the trick.
Of course, a little magic-assisted roast didn't hurt things.
Never underestimate a full stomach's ability to put a person at ease. It turns out a hearty meal can be a powerful weapon.
Y esperas que va para largo,
Something's on your mind. You having second thoughts about rescuing Xion?
Of course not. Xion's our friend. Almeidrea was the one I hated. For as long as I can remember, she served as a symbol to me of everything Renan. But ever since getting to know Xion, I realized it doesn't make sense to group people together like that. Every individual is different.
I see.
Tengo mucho sueño.
Besides,
La Virgen.
the situation with Almadria was something else entirely. I'd already decided I wasn't going to kill her, but when I saw her die right in front of me, a part of me thought it served her right, that she'd gotten what she deserved. But another part regretted that someone else had come along and killed her instead. Don't get me wrong. If I had the chance again, I still wouldn't kill her. But it's not like I'll be shedding any tears now that she's gone. It's all so confusing. I don't know how to make sense of any of it.
A ver, tiene un sentido bastante lógico.
Who said it had to make sense?
Quiero decir, no le deseas el mal a nadie, pero no vas a llorar una pérdida de alguien que odias.
Question the beliefs you've held all your life. It's only natural for you to feel disoriented.
Es lo más
You
lógico del
didn't give
mundo.
in to the hatred you felt for Almadria. You made a choice not to kill her. And that's significant, whether you realize it or not. As for what it means exactly, that might be worth taking some time to figure out on your own.
Some time.
Or don't, if you don't want to. It's just an idea. I'm still searching too, remember?
No, I think you're right. It can't hurt to keep searching after all. And hey, thanks, Kisara.
¿Van a haber más? ¿No? Gracias. Vale, hemos pillado el búho. ¿Cómo estamos de vida todo esto? Hay que descansar.
Okay.
Why?
Damn it.
What?
Is that so?
Okay.
La pesca ilegal no declarada. Tócate los huevos.
Great job.
Vale, compañeros de pesca. No tengo ninguna secundaria activa. 4 ejemplares. Facilísimo.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves now.
I guess we're having fish for dinner tonight.
Está todo indignado porque les arruina la pesca. Vale, tenemos algo más por aquí. En principio no. Viaje rápido tenemos activos. No. Cawin. Pues vamos a la posada a descansar. Y a comprar un poquito porque estoy jodidísimo de objetos. A ver, ¿qué tienes? A ver, de pasta vamos bien. Vale, podemos hacer esta. Esto no podemos hacer. Esto en principio tampoco. Y esto tampoco. Vale.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
A ver, tenemos que mirar qué elemento está en este mundo. A ver, ¿qué tienes, compañera? Tenemos 26.000 nosotros, ¿eh? ¿No tienes...? Pues en principio no. Pues nada, no vamos a comprar nada. Vale, vamos a descansar. Vamos a cocinarnos algo que nos dé la recuperación de PGS. No, espérate. Vamos a hacer uno que sea favorito de Kisara para hacer el especial. O sea, para desbloquear el especial este del cuadrito. Bueno. Y ya nos podemos ir. Hemos encontrado el búho. Veremos a ver. Creo que en la pantalla anterior hicimos todos los búhos. Creo. Vale. La Virgen, de verdad.
Feels like I'm melting.
Vale, calor.
But at least the air there was dry. Out here it feels
No, pero no
like I'm
tiene
trying to
sentido
walk
porque el
through
primero
fake
fue de
soup.
fuego.
I can hardly breathe, it's so stuffy. And don't get me started on the insects. You hanging in there, Hoodle?
It's brutal, all right. I can feel my energy being drained away just by walking. All this vegetation makes it hard to keep an eye out. Keep your wits about you, everyone. And watch you don't keel over while you're at it.
What's needed at times like these is a relaxing hot spring. That would soon help us adjust.
And where do you expect us to find one of those?
What about you, Alphen? All that gear, and you hardly seem to be breaking a sweat.
Yeah, I guess when you've lived a life devoid of pain for as long as I have, even feeling hot and bothered could be a welcome change.
Well, lucky you, I guess. Just don't expect us to carry you when you pass out.
Bueno, han sido generosos por lo menos con las conversaciones. A ver, el mapa tiene recovecos, ¿eh? Tenemos el campamento. Y aquí tenemos otro... O sea, tenemos dos campamentos en principio. Y esto será zona de pesca, imagino. Vale, creo que vamos a ir hacia el otro lado primero. Buenas tardes, jabalís. Yo estoy haciendo ataques como si tuviera la espada de fuego todavía. Y eso es malo. ¿Ya quieres esquivar alguna, por favor? La hostia que me ha pegado ha sido bonita, ¿eh? Ahora, pues ya está. Rápido e indoloro. A ver. Tenemos que seguir recto y hacia abajo. Por aquí. Bueno. Claro que no puedo utilizarlo ahora. Esto es nuevo también. ¿Quieres dejar de moverte, por favor? Que no te puedo pegar. Mira, otro nuevo. Estamos viendo unos cuantos nuevos, ¿eh? Vale, podemos subir. Bueno, está bien, un poquito de dinero. Vale, tenemos que seguir hacia abajo, ¿no? Sí. Voy a repetir, la música es maravillosa, pero pega muy poco con las situaciones del juego, ¿eh? Mira, estos son los que tenemos que matar. Así que vamos a ralentizarlos un poquito. Maravilloso. Maravilloso ataque, compañero. Apenas has fallado. Bueno. ¿Habían 4 solo o 6? No me acuerdo. Bueno, continuemos en busca del búho perdido.
I know. It feels like we're going to be swallowed up by all these plants if we stay in here.
Para abajo.
Indeed. I much prefer the forests in Menancia myself.
Not that I don't agree, but
No, te engañes de botón. ¡Ey! Ese círculo tan maravilloso, ¿quién lo ha creado? Imagino que estos son a corta distancia. Que no vas con la espada de fuego, tonto.
Together, there is nothing that can stop us.
Indeed.
Este puntiagudo.
and that is our greatest strength.
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
Lo mismo no es un lugar de pesca, ¿eh? Pues imagino que no podemos ir al campamento ahora. Imagino. De hecho, creo que tenemos los viajes rápidos bloqueados ahora mismo. Oh, cristal astral. Podemos hacer armas, ¿eh? Podemos hacer armas. A ver... Rancho... Bueno, pues vamos a criar ovejas. Maravilloso. No se puede vender nada. Vale, podemos forjar un arma, con el cristal astral. No sé quién me lo pedía. Coño, ¿a qué me pedía un cristal astral para un arma? No me jodas. Vamos. Ah, vale. Que era esta que ya la tenemos hecha. Soy subnormal. Tengo 38 cristales astrales. Nada. Cocinemos. Una vez más.
I find the sounds of the night to be rather comforting.
Vale, que sea... Es que me quedan pocas doradas. De estos tenemos más. Que me dan más objetos, pues venga.
Looks perfect and tastes just as good.
Maravilloso, Kishara. Sopa de salmón, qué rico, por favor. ¿La podemos hablar con Ringwell o con Doha? Vamos a hablar con Ringwell, que me cae mejor.
Ringwell, mind if we chat a little?
You're still awake?
I've always been something of a night owl. Ever since back when I was someone's property. Turning in for the night only made the next day come quicker. I wasn't in any great rush.
Sorry.
What about yourself? Care to share something from before I knew you? You were part of a mage clan, right? Must have been handy being able to rely on magic for everything.
Hardly. In fact, not at all. Magic's not so special when you're not allowed to use it. Always scared of who might be watching?
Right. Sorry about that. I guess I've read too many fairy tales.
We were still made to study it every day. It doesn't make any sense if you think about it.
Ahora, cuando acabe la
Studying the
conversación,
very
voy a
thing
hacerme un
you're being
colacao.
persecuted for. But that's what we did. Just like our parents and their parents before them. Honestly, I don't even know how far back it goes.
If memory serves, mages have been the stuff of legend for ages. Even as far back as 3 centuries ago, they were myths. Your people were persecuted even before the Renans got here.
Yeah, the more I think about it, the less it makes sense though. I mean, it was astral arts that let the Renans dominate Dana, right? Why didn't mages end up being the rulers of Dana then?
Maybe they tried, but they just didn't have the numbers. Or maybe domination just wasn't something they were interested in. Have you ever considered it might have been something like that?
I guess I haven't.
I wonder why magic alone attracted the attention it did. Swords can be just as lethal in the right hands. Why not ban them?
My best guess? Swordsmanship can be learned by anyone. Magic's more of an exclusive club.
So, you either have the gift or you don't. When something's not easily obtainable, it's hard to comprehend. People are scared of what they don't understand. And fear leads to persecution. So the problem's not magic. It could just as easily have been anything.
Yeah.
Vale, voy a hacerme un colacao que son 2 minutos. Leche, colacao turbo y ya está. Gracias, John, por descubrírmelo. Ay, Dios. Acabo de tirar medio colacao en el suelo. ¿Qué pasa, cariño? ¿Qué? Vale, ya está. Ay. No entiendo por qué la gente se va cuando me voy yo. O sea, me voy a hacerme un colacao y la gente se va. Ay, ¿por qué no quiere volver una silla? Comedme los huevos. Como un racimo de uvas, gracias. Dios, qué rico está esto, por favor. Ah, continuamos.
Night, everyone.
Que estoy por comprarme Nesquik mañana, cuando me
Another
levante.
day, another gold.
No, mañana es domingo. El lunes. Hacerme el lunes un Nesquik. No, pues por aquí no está el búho.
Little help.
Pues para empezar me manda una hostia. Ay, que lo pillo por el aire, de verdad. Me da una raya cuando me cortan el ataque, o sea, el combo. Maravilloso, fuera.
I feel the power flowing through me.
You'll be able to help even more people now.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I will.
Tampoco te vengas arriba, niña mierda. Tenemos dos caminos. Ah, mira, zona de pesca. Vamos a ir a pescar un poquito porque necesito dinero.
There's the Zoogle we were asked to handle. Little help.
El cacahuate está muy bueno, pero tiene más fama de la que realmente se merece. Pero ojo, no le quita mérito de que el cacahuate está buenísimo. Pues entonces no era cacaolat del bueno. O sea, de hecho, a mí lo que no me gusta del cacaolat es que tiene un sabor demasiado fuerte a chocolate. Excesivamente dulce. Deja de engañarte con la cruceta. Que ojo, también puede ser una cosa, quiero decir. Que tus colacaos sean de medio vaso de colacao y 2 cucharaditas de leche, lo cual pues sería entendible. Lo cacaolat, de hecho, a mí, vuelvo a repetir, no me gusta porque tiene un sabor como muy fuerte a chocolate. Y este tío está rotísimo curando, ¿no? Pues... eso es cacaolat, ¿eh? Pensaba que decía que te lo ponían el cacaolat de sobre o algo así. En plan colacao de sobre y todo eso que te dan... Dios, que hostia me he dado. Pues a mí me sabe demasiado fuerte el cacaolat.
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go.
Vale, a ver. Por aquí no hemos encontrado el búho. Vamos a ir a la zona de pesca, hemos dicho, ¿no? Kishara, compañera, que te dan hostias como panes siempre. Se lo han cargado en el aire, maravilloso. Tengo que seguir subiendo de nivel, Que a ver, que no es que sea un juego difícil, pero que no quiero llegar con... al final del juego con tener que farmear y eso me dolería muchísimo. Me encanta que aparezca el enemigo en la cara. En mitad de la batalla. Pero también te digo, John, que prefiero el sabor del Nesquik, Tiene un sabor que me gusta más. Joder, esto no. La zona de pesca está justo donde están los bichos estos. Ah, no, está aquí. Pesquemos. Ahí cómo andamos de reflejos.
Reel it in.
Es lo que digo, tengo que dar como muchas veces al botón. No tiene mucho sentido.
Well, that wasn't much of a challenge.
Guess it's important to stay calm.
13 rubí de percebe. ¿Qué es eso? Oh, una piraña. Me encanta. Qué rica.
There we go.
Y que se me va. No es muy difícil este.
Anybody could reel in that.
Vale, nueva captura, lubina de Dagna. De esta tenemos unas cuantas ya. Pues me faltaría por preparar, o sea, por probar un botón.
Reel it in.
Otra lubina.
Boy, that's a bit of a letdown.
Could have been worse. At least you caught something.
¿Tus microorgasmos? Ah, no, mini orgasmos.
There we go.
¿Otra lubina? Sí.
I reeled us in a big one.
That flapper was a true fighter.
Bueno, vamos a hacer un par de pescas más. A ver con la X. No vienen, ¿eh?
There we go.
Y esto es otra lubina, me parece. Dios, me engaña de botón, perdón. A ver, no creo que sea
I'll
nueva.
catch something bigger next time.
Could have been worse. At least you caught something.
Bueno, último intento. Aquí parece que no hay mucha cosa. No.
I've got something.
Y otra lubina más, por lo que veo. Otra lubina más.
Well, that wasn't much of a challenge.
Bueno,
Guess it's important to stay calm.
pues vamos a dejarlo. La pesca, porque aquí no hay... Aquí no hay mucha cosa que pescar. Vale, ¿tenemos viaje rápido? Pues sí. De hecho, vamos a ir directamente a la posada. Vamos a ir directamente a la posada y ya está. Nos ahorramos una pantalla de carga.
Looks like we made it here in one piece. Done. This is sure to give the others some much needed energy.
Qué bien cocina la señora. No sé cuántos platos tenía que cocinar con ella. Pues ya está. Y este que era el dominio del golpe potente. Uf, son 600 veces, ¿eh? Son muchas veces. Yo doy por hecho que el golpe potente es el que va asociado a la cruceta. Bueno, vamos a entregar a este señor la misión. Y volvemos.
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
What?
Really?
¿Qué?
Dohalim.
Vale. Oh, tres pociones vitales. Gracias. Me gusta tu actitud, compañero.
I'm going to look into some seasonal fishing spots.
Vale, ahora sí vámonos a buscar la misión
By all
principal.
means.
Leave the preparations to me as well. I'll bring the rods.
Era por aquí, ¿no?
Grilled or raw?
I'll trust your.
Go no further!
Can't get out of this.
Tiger Blade! Raise your
You're mine! This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
¿Quieres hacer el ataque, por favor? No sé qué está pasando, pero hay muchas lucecitas y eso mola.
Fantastic. Now my clothes are ruined.
Stay away from my friends!
Gale Force! Raging Cascade!
Here I come! You're finished!
Imbue this vanquished soul with
Stardust! My turn!
from beyond. Imbue this vanquished
Ha muerto Kishara.
Here I come!
bestow thy mystic mercy.
Bueno, ya la han resucitado por lo menos.
Of regeneration.
I'm not done!
Regenerate. Allow me to help you.
Look sharp.
Allow me to help you.
Lightning Raging
Raging Luna
Cascade!
Storm.
Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Photon blah blah blah!
In an instant!
¡Hala, tu casa!
I can feel my power growing!
Bueno, subimos de nivel. Vamos justitos de nivel, ¿eh? Las lechuguitas siempre están bien para hacer una ensalada.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
You're mine!
Melting Gale!
It's
Here you
over!
go! Gusty Nails!
Tornado drive.
Vanquish
You're
Darkness!
mine!
Far enough.
It's over!
Tengo que acostumbrarme a gastar más los especiales para abrirles las... Para abrirles el tablero a esta gente.
Can't get out of this. A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm
You
here
picked
to
the wrong
stop.
fight!
Glacial fire. Tiger blade.
I'm ready.
Frozen!
Hammer.
Por lo menos...
Can you take it?
Make it rain.
Y dos menos.
We managed to pull through.
No sé por qué quería subir saltando.
No choice! Here I come! Megasonic thrust! It's over!
Resonate with the earth. Stalagmite.
Glacial energy! Firmament
Bestow
render!
thy
How
mystic
about
mercy.
this?
I'm not done!
Bestow thy
I'll
mystic
stop
mercy.
its charge.
Thanks, Kisara!
Save you.
Allow me to help you.
Far enough.
Here I
Don't
come!
suffer in silence.
Pierce!
How about this?
Can you take it?
Piercing raw.
This one's all mine! Just eat dirt!
Can you take it?
Vanquish Darkness!
Falcon! Take it!
Raging Luna
It's
No,
over!
not my watch! Going in!
Take this! You're finished!
Tiger blade.
Light astral energy!
My turn. I'm not done.
More where that came from.
I'm ready. Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis.
Maravilloso.
Everyone hanging in there?
Vale, a ver. Que me centro un poco. Habremos subido por... No hemos subido por aquí. Vamos a dejar por aquí a visitar el búho. Que en principio no. Pues para arriba. Ese es el camino. Por aquí tiene que estar. ¿Dónde estás? Vale, está ahí arriba. A ver si podemos acercarnos más. En principio por aquí no nos podemos acercar. Y por aquí... Otro parche, tío. Vete a la mierda, juego.
You're saying we should check the Owl Forest?
En cuanto encontremos un viaje rápido, compañera. Tomates. Vale. Nos queda esta zona por investigar. Y ya la parte final.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Going in.
Catapult. Here I come. It's showtime. Orochi's Fury.
Elusive deity.
Orochi's
This
Fury.
one's mine. Leave, let's make it rain.
All yours, Kisara.
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
No choice. Strike. Orochi's Fury. You picked the wrong fight. Pierce. Orochi's Fury. Take this. Orochi's Fury.
Que dejan de atacar los cabrones,
Make it rain.
Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis.
I feel sprightlier than before.
Lechuguitas. Ricas, ricas. Estamos yendo bien. Vale, esto lo hemos investigado. Sí. Está al punto de pesca ahí. Pues ala. Bueno, estos son nuevos.
Hi, Hoodle.
In a bind.
You're mine. You're finished.
Arrow Skull.
No escape.
They may look cute and stuff, but they're vicious.
I don't feel so hot.
You should sit this one out then.
And miss all the fun.
Ya se ha enfadado la señora.
Here.
Pierce.
Heal.
Orochi's Fury. Ready to go. You're finished.
More where that came from.
Here I come. This one's all mine.
Tiger Blade.
Begin.
Lion Strike.
It's over.
Vanquish darkness. Tiger Blade.
Eternal devastation.
Lion Strike.
Está loquísima la niña esta maga, ¿eh? Un ataque súper locos.
All yours, Kisara.
I'm ready. Ridwell, frozen. Hammer.
Now, here I come. Eternal devastation.
Bonito golpe. Para un colmillo carámbano. Imagino que será un objeto de arma. Vale. Pues si nos queda esta zonita de aquí y ya está.
Can you take it?
Eat dirt. You're mine.
Raging Luna Storm. Raging Luna Storm.
Megasonic thrust.
Mystic murder. Rage. Don't suffer in
Here he comes. Pierce. Eternal devastation.
Now.
Behold. The earth pulse.
Ojo, creo que es la primera vez que lo hace esto,
Vision.
Es muy espectacular, pero ya, No lo he visto tan efectivo.
It's over. Any more of this and I'll burn out. Here I come. This one's all mine. I'm ready.
Que tiene un ataque loquísimo. Pero loquísimo.
My exploits are bearing fruit.
Ahora, el tonto lavas este gasta un montón de... Gasta un montón de peces.
What's up?
Once we get to the mountain, the terrain won't be easy. We should rest up here before pressing on.
But what about Shion? She's waiting for us.
All the more reason to conserve our energy.
Claro, razón de más para
It's
esperar.
not only the mountain. Hard though that may be, it's a pittance compared to what follows. Namely Volron. We wear ourselves out now, or worse still, get injured. We might as well show up gift-wrapped. Right, Kisara?
That's right. Besides, Alphen still hasn't fully recuperated yet.
Alfen está bien,
I'm
gracias.
fine. Don't stop on my account.
Oh, really? Well, in that case, it's me who wants to take a rest for a while. Does that suit you better?
A little bit.
Vale, un segundito, que quiero probar una cosa. Bueno, quiero probar una cosa, no quiero mirar una cosa. A ver... Vale, al parecer es agua el señor este. O sea, tenemos que buscar protección de agua. Vale. Voy a dejarlo al principio aquí. Maravilloso. Pues quién lo diría, que es agua esto.
So, Alphen, 300 years, huh? Care to share the secret to such a long and healthy life?
Qué tonto es.
I wish I knew. Once I left Lenegis, the next thing I remember is waking up in Calaglia. Everything in between is a blank.
You mean there are still gaps in your memory?
I've heard of starships with devices that can stave off imminent death by putting their passenger into a deep sleep. They're usually only intended as a temporary solution. until proper treatment for an ailment or injury can be obtained.
You think he might have been asleep in that starship for 300 years? But why? What would be the point?
Might this Naori have had a hand in it?
What do you mean?
If she's Renin like you say she is, she would have understood how to operate the starship better than yourself.
You're saying she deliberately put me to sleep for 300 years?
Dohalim, that's a bit of a leap.
Forgive me. I spoke out of turn. I'm merely thinking aloud, that's all. Shion and the maiden Naori. After 300 years, it's not unreasonable to suspect they may be related. Shion is nearly the perfect image of her, yes? She also just so happens to be connected to you.
Es que van a ser padre e hija.
Is it merely a coincidence?
Like I've told you a million times already, I wouldn't know.
Well, if you're absolutely certain that it couldn't have been Naori, then I guess I must have been mistaken. Complicated machinery can sometimes break down or have failures. Sorry for being presumptuous.
Hold on a sec. Alphen, you said the mask was to placate you, right? To keep your guilt and rage in check? And you were wearing it the whole time you were asleep, right?
I guess I must have been.
So that's 300 years you were wearing it. It's just a hunch, but do you think that the mask might be...
The reason he lost all his memories?
All but a select
Oh,
few
wow.
strong ones. So deeply ingrained in his psyche that he saw them in the form of dreams.
No se me habría ocurrido nunca. Fíjate.
In which case, maybe it was the mask numbing his sense of pain, too.
It's certainly possible. As for how, I wouldn't know. But the dampening effect on his psyche could have manifested itself physically as well.
I'm sorry for snapping at you back there. It's thanks to you that I feel like that we're finally getting somewhere with all this.
No apologies necessary. Reading others' feelings has never been my strong suit.
So he finally admits it.
I really hope Shion's okay.
I get why you're concerned. But if you don't rest when you can, you're going to regret it.
She's right.
Vale, no sé quién le faltaba, pero bueno, vamos a pillar... Lo de defensa elemental me va a venir bien, ¿eh? Bueno, vamos a pillar un poquito de ataque.
This shall suffice. Please, everyone, have as much...
Maravillosa cena, gracias. Ojo.
Alone. I'm all alone.
Nos vamos a enfrentar a Shion. O sea, el jefe no va a ser él. El jefe va a ser Shion. El jefe va a ser Shion. Bueno, deberíamos ir al bosque de los búhos para mirar si el anterior... Ah, no nos dejan. Bueno, pues ya nos dejarán. Una bonita mazmorra, por lo menos.
That's what we're going to clump.
Venga ahí.
I always hear you
cinemáticas.
muttering to yourself whenever we're in battle. So, just what are you saying?
Why do you want to know? Does it bother you or something?
Not really. It's just the way you talk is sometimes kind of creepy. So I was wondering if you vent your frustration through your magic. Are you yelling, "You stupid jerk," or something like that to pump yourself up?
What? No, that's not what's happening during my incantations. I'm just focused, so I match my tone to fit the mood of whatever I'm trying to invoke.
Invoke?
How do I put it? Basically, the elemental astral energy behind each art, I guess.
Astral energy? Hold on. Are you saying you can talk to astral energy?
Not exactly. But if I put emotion into what I say, it's easier for me to properly cast my arts. That makes sense?
Kind of. Okay, so if you can talk to astral energy, then you can ask it to, like, predict the weather or find secret treasure?
Wait, you don't really think that, do you?
Or you can ask it to send down lightning to where there's bad guys lurking and...
May lightning condemn those who bear false. Thunderblade!
Ah, what are you doing? You almost fried me with that!
I just asked the astral energy to send down lightning where there were annoying boys.
I don't know what to do. Things can't go on like this.
What do you mean?
Ah! Oh! It's you, Rinwell.
You were talking about me, weren't you?
No, I wasn't. I've just been thinking about some things.
Cosas sexuales.
Really? How unusual.
Cut it out. I'm being serious here.
Sorry.
I was thinking about... You know how I used to work for Ganabelt back when I was in Ciclodia?
Yeah, of course. You were brought in after the Snake Eyes killed your friends, right? I mean, you had to.
Right. I used to have nightmares about it when I fell asleep. But lately that's been happening a lot less. I don't know how to feel about that.
That's a good thing, isn't it? You should be happy.
Yeah, but... I did a lot of terrible things back then. And I'm scared I'm starting to forget what I did.
Okay, so let me just get all of this straight. You think you'll forget everything if you stop having those nightmares? Why?
Because... You know me. I'm freaking stupid.
But it sure doesn't sound to me like you've forgotten.
Oh, yeah. But still.
I don't think those nightmares going away means you've forgotten. Maybe it's a sign that you've come to terms with what you did.
Come to terms? You mean like Alphen with his past? You think that's what's happening?
Yeah, I do. You're pretty amazing, Law.
I am?
Yeah. Not all of us have figured out how to accept our pasts. Least of all, me.
Rinwell.
Cinemáticas.
Is it just me? Or does Rinwell suddenly seem much more comfortable around Dohalim than she used to?
I noticed that too. When the two of them came and found me together back on the beach, I could hardly believe my eyes.
It's not like we had a choice or anything. Law and Kisara had to hang back to convince the villagers we meant them no harm. More than that, though. There are a lot of things I've still got to come to terms with regarding Almadria. But I guess I'm through making snap judgments based on someone's origin. At least, I'm trying to be. I guess you could say it's a work in progress.
I see. You hear that, Law? Sounds like all that hard effort wasn't for nothing.
Yeah.
That's got to be reassuring to hear, right, Dohalim?
Not being subjected to unwarranted suspicion is certainly welcome.
Yeah, that long-winded way you have of talking, though, not so much a fan of that.
I think that's more of a personality thing than a Renin trait.
Really? In that case, I won't have to feel guilty getting annoyed by it.
Ya, gracias. No sé si ha habido búho o no aquí. No me he dado cuenta. Bueno, pues esto tiene que ser... A ver. Vamos a ponernos... daño de... Fuego, agua, granate, lo que me hace falta, ¿no? Vale. Granate. Me tengo que acordar, ¿eh? Qué bien me vendría ahora mismo la espada de fuego aquí, ¿eh? Casi le das. Joder con la niña, ¿eh? Bueno. Sigamos, pues. También me da a mí que el búho ese va a ser en plan que me falta un búho y tengo que decidir si entregarlo y conseguir el logro trofeo o quedármelo. No sé, son pajas mentales que me hago yo, ¿eh? Así pilla esto lo que yo quiero. Ese ataquecito es lo que yo quería. Vendría, iba a decir, vendría bien una curación, ¿eh? Ahora, el otro ya no esquiva. El otro ya no esquiva. Oh, un gel de naranja, maravilloso. Vale, vamos primero por detrás. Que no tiene salida y suele haber cosillas ahí. Mira, si vienes uno solo. Ah, no, pues me han pillado los cuatro. Kratos. Te estoy viendo, cariño.
girl ever say no?
Impressive, Johaling.
Float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. Or so they say.
People say that?
In an instant.
Es que tengo la sensación de que mi compañero gira como 50 veces más que yo a veces. Sobre todo cuando no les miro.
I think I'm getting stronger.
Gel dorado. ¿Qué es eso? Devuelve el 100% de los peces. Esto va a ser para la batalla final, lo sabe Dios. ¡Ja! Os he sorprendido.
Right, here goes. Here I come. Megasonic thrust.
Bet that shell's hiding something tasty.
Ferocious fury.
Oh, back in there!
No further.
Glad you have your YouTube.
I'll show you how useful I can be.
I'm ready.
Frozen.
Hammer!
Nicely done.
All thanks to you. Tiger blade!
Eat dirt. You're mine.
Tiger blade!
No, que... Pensaba que le hacía el especial.
My arts do have a place in this world.
Sure. There's tons of them.
Time to shine!
Megasonic thrust. Take it.
Now,
It's over. Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis.
Trapped in darkness,
Vale.
pierced by light.
I call it the Rindo Special.
What's this?
Gel de limón, gracias.
I've never stood so close to a waterfall like this before.
I bet it...
Vale, ¿qué nos da esto? Nada, tenemos que ir para atrás primero.
feel real refreshing to take a shower underneath this water.
You're welcome to try, but that water pressure would likely crush you to a pulp.
Bueno, nuevo emblema de... ¿Quién era? ¿Ringwell? Sí. ¿Qué le faltaba? El de búhos encontrados, un 80%. La zona de entrenamiento, que no sé dónde está. Y el... y tengo que preparar un helado. Pues ahora lo prepararemos en cuanto podamos.
Stay calm. I shall provide assistance.
A new melody. Ferocious fury. Megasonic thrust. Ferocious fury. This one's all mine.
Now,
Johaling. In an instant. Impact block. We work well together.
Like a finely timed walk.
Mirage.
You require a hand.
You're finished.
Piercing roll!
Take this. Ferocious fury. Eat dirt.
I'm ready! Ridwell!
Frozen.
Hammer!
Not a chance.
The enemy wields art too.
We'll soon see about that.
Pierce.
They could be a
Here I come. You're finished. Eternal death.
I'll smash you!
Another incantation ruin.
Ferocious fury. You're finished. Megasonic thrust. Ferocious fury. We did it. Not a chance.
Everyone, get back! It's too dangerous!
Ojo que viene, la loca.
Ferocious fury.
Is that a healing art?
It is. I can't ignore your pain.
Not try to be more careful.
I'm ready. All yours, Kizaru.
A casa.
Hey, I'm pretty lucky.
¿Qué me das, compañero? ¡Oh! 13.000. Ojo, Que eso ya es cálida.
Hi, Hoodle.
Be careful, everyone. This one isn't normal. You require a hand. You're finished. In a bind. Here I come.
Tiger Blade.
It's over.
Lion's Howl.
Make it rain.
Frozen.
Hammer.
Nicely done.
All thanks to you.
One at a time. Going in the wind. Air thrust. Make it rain. Frozen.
Hammer. Pues ya está.
We can really make weapons with this?
Gel de piña, todo lo que sean geles, bienvenidos sean, ¿eh?
Go no further.
Eat dirt.
This one's mine.
Take this.
This wall.
This one's mine. Denied. This one's mine. Right here. I got it.
Wind after wind.
Almost too strong.
I'm ready.
All yours, Kisara.
We did it.
Magnificently done.
I'm ready.
Go, Halim.
All yours, Kisara. My turn. I'm not done.
Expert coming through.
Tiger Blade. Lion Howl.
There you
Make it
go.
rain.
Frozen.
Hammer.
Maravilloso. Buen combate, por cierto, ¿eh? Más 54. Va a ser un buen combate, ¿eh?
Seriously? Is this a joke?
Take this. You're mine. Elusive deity. Take this. You picked the wrong fight. Orochi
Denied.
I'll grind you into
This
dust.
one's mine.
Megasonic thrust. No armor. In an instant. Impact thrust. We work well together.
Like a fine
¡No! Que estaban en el aire.
Mirage. Here I come. You're finished.
Tiger Blade.
Divine.
I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life.
¡Ojo! ¿Esta era nueva?
I can feel
No
my
recuerdo.
power growing.
Vale, ¿hemos recorrido la parte de arriba entera o me falta esto de aquí? Me falta esto de aquí.
No choice.
Que estas tras engancha Sion y las revienta en 0,
Tiger Blade.
Orochi Fury.
Light up the dome. Appreciate the help. You want me? Come get me.
Mind if I do?
It's over.
Plenty left.
Orochi Fury. No further. I'm ready.
Law. I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life. Now.
This one's mine.
Raging storm.
Eat dirt.
Going in.
You're mine.
Leave the charge and make it rain.
Orochi. All yours, Kisara.
We did it.
magnificently done.
Megasonic thrust.
Make it
It's
rain.
over.
I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life.
Didn't even break a sweat.
Trocito de plata, perfecto. Hombre, cofre de equipamiento.
You got company.
Far enough.
You're mine. Orochi Fury.
Resonate with the earth.
Take this.
Es que me ha enganchado, no puedo hacer nada.
This one's all mine. A debut performance.
Cúrame, compañero. Cuando te engancha un toque del ataque especial del enemigo, ya no puedes esquivar ninguno, ¿eh? Soy la mierda, por cierto.
You picked the wrong fight. I owe you one. Try harder. My turn. My turn. Try harder. Your mother. It's go time. Take this. Strike. Look sharp. I have no limits.
Strength as beastly as she who wields it.
Is beastly supposed to be a compliment?
Yes, you outbeast the beasts.
No voy a discutir que me está costando más de lo que me gustaría este combate, ¿eh?
Doing what I can. Glad you're on us.
Show thy mystic mercy.
Leave the chargers to me.
Pero bastante más de lo que me gustaría. No te quedes sin estamina ahí.
You picked the wrong fight.
Take this!
I'm ready.
Ringwell! Frozen!
Hammer!
Nicely done!
Now, take this.
All thanks to you.
Now!
A tu casa. Me ha costado demasiado este combate, ¿eh?
How much longer will our healing arts last?
Bueno. A que me dan protección poderosa.
Looks like some solid equipment.
Vamos a ver, ¿para quién es? Hombre, pues sí. No te voy a decir que no. No te voy a decir que no a semejante caramelito. A ver, aquí tenemos para gastar peces, ¿no? Me voy a quedar sin, pero bueno. Capa telúrica. Vale.
This looks nice and tough.
¿Para quién es? Para el señor. Bien.
How much farther?
I don't think
Ya,
we're
ya
even
casi estamos,
halfway there
compañera.
yet. Hang it.
A ver, vamos a tirar un gel de naranja.
There.
Not even halfway? Are you serious?
Bueno.
Gotta break through. Come and face me.
In a bind?
I'm not done.
Look sharp.
Lightning contest!
Resonate with the earth.
Thunderblade!
Smash you!
Try harder. Not a chance. Escape.
Radiant light. Force of regeneration.
Don't mind if I do.
Pues manda una buena paliza.
Deny!
Here I come. It's over.
Allow me to help
This
you
one's all mine. You picked the wrong fight.
Frozen!
Dios, que no me iba la cruceta.
Nicely done!
All thanks to you. Regenerate.
Alright. Now where was I?
Begin.
Now!
Kisara. All yours, Kisara.
My turn. I'm not done.
Otra cosa que no me gustan del tema de los combos es cuando yo mato a un enemigo y empalmo el combo con el siguiente, el combo te lo corta. Cuando no tiene puto sentido porque vas directamente y continúas el combo.
Your blade moves like silk. I just let my instincts take over. How fascinating.
Can't get out of...
I'm ready.
Law! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Bueno, pues ya está hecho.
I feel sprightlier than before.
Bueno. Continuemos, pues.
In the water's edge, I see but for a moment, one Ganeth Harrows.
I hate to break it to you, man, but what you're saying
Vale,
isn't
aquí
deep
viene
at
el
all.
boss. Pues vamos a comprar cosillas. Es que joder, es carísimo esto. Carne de ovino. Yo qué sé. A ver, tenemos que crear granates, ¿no? ¿No podemos mejorarlo? No. Bueno, pues... aquí combate, ¿eh? Me da a mí que no va a ser contra el boss. O sea, contra el boss, que es de agua.
What is this place?
Careful. We've got company.
Un dragón. ¿Por qué no?
Doesn't look like we're getting past without a fight.
Watch your feet. Fall from here and it's curtains.
Y el núcleo lo tiene delante. Uf.
We're just trying to get past. Get out of our way.
Save your breath while that thing seizes a talking me.
No, pues buena hostia ha matado, ¿eh?
Trying to stop us?
¿Vale? ¿Es débil aquí a tierra?
The blaster part's their weak point.
Try harder.
Glacial power. Raging storm.
Ryan Powell!
Lightning control.
Shut up! Radiant light! Regenerate! Their arcs were interrupted!
You're mine. Now I can
Piercing roar!
Raging cascades. Sealed.
elusive deity.
This will come going in.
Try harder.
Hostia, qué hostia da, tío. Es que me parece un poquito exagerado, ¿eh? Un poquito solo. Venga, curadme, compañeros.
Is that a healing art? It is. I can't ignore your pain, nor try to be more careful.
Para débil a tierra.
Dance in the wind.
Bestow thy mystic mercy.
Switch to offense.
Bueno, un poquito de tranquilidad y ya está.
Lightning. Raging cascades. Charger blade.
Here I come. Satan can't get out of this.
Get out of there with the others.
Armor won't save you. Bestow thy mystic mercy.
Its wings are lighting up.
It's getting ready to attack.
Venga, compañeros. En serio.
Don't face it head on!
Que te lo marcaba en el suelo.
Bestow thy mystic mercy.
That's gonna smart.
Shine. Radiant light. Regeneration. Regenerate.
In here.
Switch to offense!
He who prepares is free from her.
Pero lanza un puñetero
Benediction light.
anillo a todos.
You're finished. It's wide open.
It won't escape me.
The everlasting storm. Negative flare. Resonate with the
Far
earth.
enough!
I'm not done.
Not in your dreams.
It's over. I'll smash you. Here I come.
Flaming meteor!
Raging cascades.
You're finished.
Sleep
Bestow
now.
thy mystic
Turn your
mercy.
face!
Let's go.
You're mine. It's over. Don't suffer in silence.
Gracias. Gracias. Y me voy, del...
Now or never. No further. This one's all mine. Rotate fury.
Este solo tiene un punto débil.
Now. Frozen.
Hammer!
Eternal devastation! You're mine! Eat dirt!
Tiger Blade! Anything in armor is all mine!
Eternal devastation!
Now you see what I can do. Pile driver, shield, and
Try harder!
Ready to go!
No te veo.
Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
No os pongáis en los rayitos, ¿eh? No seáis tan tontos.
Wind! Air thrust!
Hostia.
Here I come!
negative gate. Resonate with the earth.
Take this! Erosion fury!
Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
Bestow thy mystic
It's
mercy.
on!
Very certain. Now I'm in
Thank you, Sohun.
I only did what any other would.
Eat dirt!
I think you're nicer than you let on.
Eternal devastation!
Take this. Take this.
You're mine!
I'll grind you into dust.
You're mine!
Tiger Blade.
Not a chance! Pierce!
Raging lunar storm. Can't get out of this.
This one's all mine! On the corner! You're mine! We got him on the run!
Don't get cocky.
Right. Still anyone's fight.
Elusive deity.
Hitting
pile driver. Tiger Blade.
It's over!
Lion Howl. Piercing roar.
Erosion fury!
I'll grind you into dust.
Permanent Ranger! Getting stronger!
Devastation! Switching up its movements. Watch
Hold
out!
on to your art. Here I come! The enemy is going all out! Ready to go! Lightning orb!
Our art is being interrupted.
Air thrust!
Bestow thy mystic mercy.
Apartaos.
In the wind! Air thrust!
Shine. Radiant light.
Es que son muy tontos, de verdad.
Not a chance!
From beyond.
It's
In
over!
you this vanquish denied.
Any more of this and I'll burn out!
That's gonna smart.
I'm nearly done for.
Everlasting. Prepare to be seized.
Get on in there with the others!
Resonate with the. Can't get out of this.
You're mine!
Thunder field! Dance in the wind!
How do you like being pounded into shape?
Air thrust!
Bueno, este está para morir ya.
Frozen!
Pues, tío, a ver si me curan. Bueno, no ha sido tan difícil. Ni diría más. Muy fácil me ha parecido.
With fauna like that, I'm impressed so many people from Thistleum made it through here alive.
Who's to say there weren't a whole lot more of them who didn't?
Well, at any rate, it should be a safer climb now that we've cleared the way a bit, right?
No. So long as people feel the need to face terrain this perilous, I'd say true safety's some way off.
You mean defeating Volron and putting an end to the crown contest, right? I guess that would be the best solution here, huh?
Pues ya
We've
está, ¿no?
wasted enough time here already. Let's get going. Xion needs us.
Ojo, tenemos aquí para recuperar.
How are we still not there yet? It feels like we've been climbing this mountain forever.
It helps if you try not
Llevar
to
20
look up or
minutos, por
down.
cierto.
All you need is silent determination. Talking too much will only waste energy and burn you out.
I'm too tired to look up or down, even if I wanted to.
Take care you don't fall, at least. Unless you want to make a Zoogel's day, that is.
Zoogles? Why would they care if I fell or not?
How would you feel if a 3-course meal fell right out of the sky at your feet?
Zoogle chow.
Law? Best not to listen to him if you can help it. You'll only be encouraging him if you do.
Tell me that before I listen next time.
Still, Tohalim has a point. One wrong step and it's curtains.
Wouldn't it be great if we could all fly like Hootle? I bet even the refugees who didn't make it would have made it to Thistleum that way.
Until we magically sprout wings. Let's just watch where we're stepping instead, okay?
A ver, tengo artilugio para poder volar. Ahí, con alas. ¿Más? ¿No? Gracias. No tenemos el círculo sanador, ¿no? Pues nada. Intentaré no entrar en combate y ya está. No. A ver. Tengo viaje rápido aquí. Pimienta, espérate. Que esto es permanente. Ah, no. Está la pimienta normal. Vamos a gastar otro gel de naranja. Podría haber pasado de ellos, pero es que me interesa subir de nivel. Maravilloso ataque, compañero. No ha tenido ningún tipo de fisura ese ataque, ¿eh? Y ya está. Bueno, lo bueno es que estamos pidiendo un montón de objetos. Pero nos falta un huequecito por mirar. Más objetos raros funciona, ¿eh? Tenemos dos lugares por visitar. Uno que es la misión principal, obviamente, y el otro... Se supone que se puede tirar uno por aquí. Por algún sitio. Pues sí.
One simply needs to be bold and act with conviction in times such as these.
Did you know it was gonna be safe before you jumped? Because I sure didn't.
More or less. I figured there would likely be a basin here akin to most
Ahí
such waterfalls.
nos falta un trocito de tierra por mirar. Que hay cosillas. Eso me debería haber dado un logro, ¿eh? Que se llame subnormal o algo así. Bueno, ahora para subir la pena va a ser mía, pero bueno. Lo que no tienes físicas. De hija puta. Lo que no tienes físicas es esta escalera. La virgen. Yo si hubiera sido desarrollador hubiera puesto un búho en aquí. Directamente. En plan, ¿no queréis encontrar? Oye, pues no ha venido mal, ¿eh? Cura intensa. Lo que no sé dónde... ¿Dónde estoy? A por ellos. No me voy a acostumbrar nunca a tener el ataque corto en el especial. De verdad.
Tide of battle has turned in our favor.
Then let's keep pressing the attack.
Ojo, se ha enfadado.
Remain ever vigilant.
La señorita.
This one's mine.
Raging Cascade! Arch Field!
I don't have much left. Much obliged.
Unique ways of
Tell me about it later.
Frozen!
¡Jama!
Nicely done!
All thanks to you.
Thunder Field! Raging Cascade!
Maravilloso. Nos hemos vuelto a quedar sin peces.
a comfortable win.
Pero estamos pillando cosillas, ¿eh? Para crear armas y cosas así. Así que guay. Me lleva esto. Salir al nivel superior. Joder, pues no os penséis vosotros que no tiene cojoncillos, ¿eh? La cosa. Ah, mira, un cofre.
I'll do my best. This one's mine.
Tiger Blade! Leave the enemy's arch to me!
No complaint here. It's over.
Glad you have their uses.
I'll show you how useful I can be. No further. You're mine. You're finished. Eternal. This one's all
Can you
mine.
take it?
Resonate with the earth.
We managed to turn the tide!
For now. But things could shift at a moment's notice.
You're right. Better stay alert.
No estoy viendo nada, pero vale. Aporreo botones. Que de eso se trata.
Not on my watch.
It's over.
Here, let me help.
I can carve through armor. Mega
Make it right, Deity. I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life. Now,
Benediction light.
eat dirt.
I don't have much left. Tiger Blade.
You're finished.
Make it right.
In an instant.
A tu casa.
We're a pretty lethal combination.
Ojo,
aren't we?
cofre.
What can I say? I had a good partner.
Tambores de maestro. Tambores de maestro, ¿qué es esto?
You've collected an awful lot of those objects. You sure it's not just
Hush. Be quiet for a moment.
Un artefacto.
The pieces speak to me.
What?
These relics that have scattered about. I can hear them whispering, longing to reunite with their lost friends and become one again.
Really? Do you hear any voices coming from them, Rinwell?
What? No! Don't get me wrong. I'm really interested in these things too, but I'm not crazy.
But don't you sometimes mutter stuff like, "Come to me, astral energy," when you cast your arts?
You're right. Oh my gosh. Are Dohalim and I actually alike?
Its charm really shines through now that it's been reassembled. Its streamlined shape, its geometric patterns. This is no mere amateur's work.
He's in his own little world at this point.
You get just like him when it comes to weapons, you know.
You're right. Oh my gosh. I just like Dohalim.
Huh? Why are you guys so quiet all of a sudden?
Todos somos
There's history
Dohalim.
in the air here. I can smell it.
I don't smell anything.
Don't encourage him.
Los artefactos, ¿cómo se utilizaban? Objetos... Estaba aquí a lo mejor... Aquí está, espérate. Aquí estaba, ¿no? Vale, daño a 1. Tambores de maestro. Potenciador de puntos de batalla. Un par de instrumentos de percusión. Bueno. Conjunto de artes. ¿Qué me daba? Potenciador de puntos de batalla. Pero no puedo... Ah, sí, lo tengo puesto, vale. Reduce todo el daño a 1, tanto el infligido como el recibido. ¿Qué dices? Es que creo que esto es de... Esto era de DLC, ¿verdad? Creo que sí. Hay 44 tipos de pescados. Bueno, pues creo que es hora de irnos, ¿no? Vale. Y quedamos justo aquí. Perfecto. Por favor, combates, no, gracias. Uy, ya casi son las 12. Ya casi es hora de bajarme los pantalones y hacerme un... Tuchita. Pensaba que iba a decir un... Pajote. Pero he dicho un... Tuchita. ¡Epa! Ganad Jaros. Tierra de carencia absoluta. Maravilloso.
We did it. We've reached the top of the mountain.
Reventaos.
About damn time. My knees are singing symphonies over here.
Look, there it is.
That's it. That's Pelagian, the seat of Volron's power.
So that's where Shion's being held?
Most likely.
Most likely.
That is what I said, yes.
Pelagian's still our best lead. So that's where we go, right?
Any advice before we head in there?
No.
No?
In the ancient tongue, Ganeth Heros means Fortress of Naught. Though I fail to see what insight that nugget of trivia holds.
I guess I just thought you might have something we could use.
Since Volron became Lord, the only thing this realm has been known for is its shroud of secrecy. It is Volron's stronghold. All else is incidental. Just keep in mind that you can't be too careful inside.
Speaking of which, just how are all of us planning to get inside exactly?
It's not like there are any secret passages.
We've come this far. If there's no other way in, I guess we'll just have to use the front gate. Volron told us to come find him, which means he's expecting us. Let's do this the old-fashioned way.
Vale, creo que vamos a dejarlo por aquí, porque estoy muy cansado, de verdad. He dormido 0.
This place has a most curious atmosphere.
I'd be taking a dip in it if the...
Pero es que ahora que he
I
visto
sure
el
hope
búho...
nothing bad's happened to Shion.
Keep those thoughts to yourself, Rinwell. Everyone's anxious enough as it is.
Sorry. It's just... I can't seem to stop thinking about it.
Vale, voy a ver si puedo
What do you
viajar
think it
al
is
bosque
that
de los
Volron
búhos
wanted
desde
with
aquí.
her anyway?
Going by
Y,
what he said back on Almadria's
y
ship,
que me den lo que me tengan que
it
dar y ya,
appeared his primary
a partir de
target
ahí,
is Alphen. Though, it's likely he hasn't forgotten
lo
the
dejaremos,
blow he
porque de
sustained
verdad
at
estoy
Shion's
cansadísimo, no
hand
sé qué me pasa hoy.
that
No
might
sé qué,
be
he dormido
what
nada,
ignited
pero
his
bueno.
interest.
Yeah, did you see the way he reacted? It was like he was enjoying every moment. Even his pain at Shion's thorns. Oh, that guy's just creepy.
Let's just hope he's keeping his perverted tendencies in check.
What? Law? Don't say things like that.
It's not like we weren't all thinking it.
¿Perdona?
That's still no reason to...
All right, you two. Now that's enough already.
Par de dos.
Alphen shouldn't have to grit his teeth while he listens to you.
Oh.
Sorry.
Vale, tenemos punto de viaje rápido, perfecto. No, no me dejan ir. ¿Por qué? Pues bueno, como no me dejan ir, vamos a... Cristal astral radiante. Escudo emplumado, podemos hacerlo. De hecho podemos hacer este, que es mejor, ¿no? Bastante mejor. Por cierto. Sí, vamos a hacer este. Vamos a mejorar un poquito el ataque a este. Vale, esto se lo podemos hacer. Y a este le falta un cristal astral radiante. Vale. Pues eso, vamos a descansar y a cocinar. Así puedo hacer un helado.
I swear I've seen that castle somewhere before.
Pues sí.
Whoa, that came out perfect.
Y así le abrimos el otro.
This ice cream tastes.
I swear.
Le abrimos el otro de estos de puntos de experiencia.
I'm just saying that's a lot of
Did you really just say that?
Huh? What do you mean? All I'm saying is
Well, don't be. I can have ice cream.
you say that, but you know
It's none of your business what I.
Arguing over the consumption of a frozen dairy.
Naive might be more accurate.
Vamos ahora con el que nos falta.
Hang out for a while.
Joder. Como para querer dejar el directo de golpe.
I'm all ears.
How much contact did you have with
I only saw her exchanged words with them on a.
Almadria? Made it sound like the two of you had some.
She was like that with all of the lords, not just. Having said that, she wasn't quite so brazen back when we were still.
Almadria?
To a Renin, there is no greater honor in life than being chosen to serve as a lord. We are taught that from the day we.
You were like that though, right?
No sane Renin would ever dare admit that their interests lie in any.
The more you talk about it, the more it seems like the crown contest is nothing.
Which is why I seek to end it. Not that I imagine Danon's. We'd best get ready for tomorrow.
Tampoco es que me interese mucho la historia de este señor, ¿eh? Lau, de momento me está dando bastante asquito, ¿eh? Yo ya os lo digo. Vale, que me quedaría el de búhos encontrados. Yo creo que vamos por buen camino. Pues bueno, vamos a dejarlo por aquí. Se está guardando, pero vamos a hacer un guardado manual. Ah, no, vale. Y bueno, gente. Como siempre os digo, I want to believe. Muchísimas gracias por haberme aguantado. Sed felices, un abrazo y hasta luego.